Welcome to Do the Dang Thing podcast with Chrissi Sperduto, the podcast that's like having a personal business coach in your pocket, giving you bite-sized tips and small mindset shifts every week. I'm your host, Chrissi Sperduto. I'm a network marketer turned productivity and mindset coach who grew her businesses while holding down a successful career in aviation. I'm on a mission to help you fit your business into everyday life. I believe you are capable of achieving success no matter how chaotic your life is. Consider me your no-nonsense guide to getting it all done. Join me here on the podcast each week where we'll chat everything from systems to help you fit your business into real life, to business and marketing tips, plus time management hacks, mindset shifts that can help you find the courage to take the next step in your business, and real life stories to inspire and empower you to go after your goals. Let's go, CEO. We have work to do. Grab your favorite cup of coffee or wine, no judgment, and let's get ready to ditch those inner mean girl thoughts ringing in the back of your head so you can embrace your inner badass and go do the dang thing. Hello and welcome to Do the Dang Thing podcast. I'm so excited that you are here. I'm so excited for this launch. Honestly, this is probably one of the best things, one of my most anticipated things that I've done in my business up to this date. And about 3 days ago, I had no idea how to start a podcast. And surprisingly, it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. A Google search and a little bit of tinkering around, and we were up and running in no time at all. It was kind of it was really cool. I'm the type of person though that's like, let's just figure this out. Like how hard could this be? Let's just figure it out. There's thousands of people that have podcasts. If they can do it, I can do it too. So the podcast was born. And I'm really excited to get to come to you every week and talk to you on a little bit more intimate level than what I was doing in emails. I struggled with email marketing for a long time because I hate opening emails. Like, I'm the person that unsubscribes to every email possible because I'm like, I don't have time to read all these. And I know that the people that I'm trying to reach, the people that I'm trying to serve, also feel that way. They are busy. They are, if you're like me, you are always on the go. There's always one more thing to do. And the idea of sitting down to read an email, even from creators that I like, was difficult for me to do every week. And so I really want to use this space, use this platform as a little bit different way to reach you. It's something that you can have in your ear while you're on a walk in small bite-sized pieces. My goal is for every one of these episodes to be between 10 and 15 minutes. Now, I do sometimes get on tangents and sometimes we'll keep talking for longer, but my goal really is to make this easy to consume, short, and jammed packed with value that you can take and go and implement. And that's really what Do the Dang Thing is all about, is taking a piece of information and going out and using it and doing the dang thing, right? And I really hope that this podcast also inspires you just to go out and do it, whatever that is. If it's a podcast, if it's a vlog, if it's showing up on social media, like, I hope that me coming out here and doing things imperfectly, having the dog bark, maybe, going off script for a little bit, really allows you to just go out and do it. Even if there's pauses in your videos, even if the lighting's not perfect, even if you don't have the perfect camera or the perfect microphone, like, who cares? Going out and just doing it and getting those reps in. So, just a quick introduction. If you are new to me, my name is Chrissi, and I am a full-time air traffic controller. Love that job. Yes, it has its moments where it's stressful, but I think any job does. I'm also a dog mom and a wife. My husband, Brian, is amazing. He's actually out running errands and took the dog because the first time I tried to record this podcast, she started barking like a banshee and it distracted me and I had to start all over. So I was like, could you just go for 30 minutes, go run some errands? Don't you need to pick up your dry cleaning? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So I love having a supportive spouse that helps me with these things. I'm trying to get him to come on as a special guest for one of these episodes. He is amazing. He's helped me with my signature course and some of the different business aspects that I wasn't, too strong on. He came on and talked to us. And so love having a supportive husband. Let's please shout out the husbands that are there doing the dang thing as well alongside you. I am also a coffee lover. I'm a wine lover, so you'll usually see me with one or two, one of each, or either or of those beverages. I love Peloton. Callie is my favorite instructor, Team Callie. We also garden. I like to use more natural solutions. So just a little bit about me. I have kind of had the entrepreneurial spirit my entire life. Both my parents are entrepreneurs. My uncle was an entrepreneur, and my first job ever was helping him with his marketing materials, like stuffing envelopes and those sorts of things for his real estate business. And that's really when I caught the bug. I'm like, oh, I can do this and make money, so I can go buy what I want to buy. Heck yeah, let's do it. And so from that point forward, I was always looking for other ways to make money. In high school, even though my mom really didn't want me to, I got a job as a waitress at Pizza Hut, at one of the last Pizza Huts that still actually serves, in a dining room. And then I also realized while I was at the airport, so I was in the process of getting my pilot's license, and my dad really wanted me to learn more about like engines and all the pieces of the airplane. And so I was an intern at the mechanic shop, and he had me wash planes as part of my, job duties for the day. And I realized, hey, people are paying him $100 or more to wash their planes. I could just go out and buy this stuff and just, offer it before or after I come to help him. And so I started my first business, a plane washing business. Really cool opportunity. Learned a lot about planes, learned a lot about sales. And then eventually, when I was in college, I started my own dog watching business where I would watch people's dogs and I would nanny and wait tables. And I worked on campus and I worked all the time just to have that freedom of having extra money and not having student loans and those sorts of things. And so the entrepreneurial bug, I didn't choose it, it chose me for sure. After I became an air traffic controller and I did all the training for that. And I was looking around kind of like, what's next? And an opportunity to join a direct sales company kind of fell in my lap. I was not actively seeking out a new business opportunity. I kind of had a couple things going. I was writing articles for magazines. I was a virtual assistant for like a big professional organization. Plus I was an air traffic controller. And I was like, no, I don't need another side hustle. And she was like, but you'd be really good at this. And as soon as I realized like, hey, I could call the shots here, and I can build this while I work full time and while I do these other things, I really caught the bug. And in 2020, my business exploded along with everyone else's businesses online. And it was really cool to watch that grow. And what I realized was I needed systems. So once it got busier than what I could personally handle, like, individually messaging people, I realized I needed systems. I needed a way to follow up with people, a way to stay organized. And that's when I started building all of these systems for my direct sales business. And then other people would come to me and ask me about these systems. Oh, how are you doing that? How'd you automate that? What if I did this? And fast forward a little bit, about 3.5 years into my business, I decided to get a life coaching certification to help my team members. And what I realized then was I had all these systems and all these skills, sales skills, marketing skills, all of these things, the passion from building a direct sales business, and I knew how to do that, plus this mindset coaching certification, put them together, and holy cow, I was unstoppable. And that's when I decided to start my own business. And I took everything that I knew and I put it into my signature program called the New Business Roadmap. And it is amazing. It is amazing to be able to take those skills and transfer them to other people. And so that's what I want this podcast to be, is every week, just a little teeny tiny sliver into what it's like to have systems in place, to have marketing, like an understanding of your marketing, to have, someone on your side that's rooting you on with bite-sized information that you can take and you can implement every week. And so most of these episodes will be things like, have you tried this? This is why it's great. Here's how to do it. Go do it. I do not want you just consuming and just binging this content. I mean, you can if you want. I want you to take it and implement it. And that's really my goal with this podcast, is for you to, and this is why this is the first episode, do the dang thing. I want you to take something and just run with it, because the only way that you learn, you can consume all the content that you want, but the only way to actually learn what works for you is to actually use it. So that is really my goal with this. And I want to talk about what the heck doing the dang thing actually means. So, this phrase started as something that I would use in my online courses and with my coaching clients. Like, we would have all of these great things laid out, and there would be all this drama around, oh no, I don't. Okay, you know what to do, but you're not doing it. It's time that you did the dang thing. Stop waiting for things to be perfect. Stop waiting for conditions to be perfect and just go out and do it and tweak it as you go. And it actually kind of became a catchphrase. I didn't really realize that I was using it as often as I was until my virtual assistant pointed it out to me, and she's like, you say that all the time. You put it in your captions, you put it in your reels, you put it in your courses. And so she sent me a cup for Christmas, like one of those aluminum cups that says do the dang thing on it. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I do say this a lot. So what it means in the core of it is taking bold action, embracing courage, and overcoming any doubts that you might have. So that looks like just deciding. Embracing the idea of, hey, I can do this. I know what to do. I know how to do it. Now it's just actually going out and doing it. So, examples from my business journey of doing the dang thing was deciding on a Monday that I wanted to start a business and having my LLC and my website all built out, ready to go by Friday of that week. Of, hey, I don't know how to build a website, but I'm going to figure it out. I don't know how to get an LLC, but I'm going to figure that out too. Everything is Googleable. Another example is deciding I wanted to create an online course explaining how to start and scale a business. I literally on a piece of paper wrote down my 8 modules that I wanted to do on 2 pieces of 5x7 paper at work when the idea came to me. And then I went out and marketed it. I was like, this is my idea and this is why I think it's going to work and I'm the person to do it. And I marketed it to see if anyone would buy it before I ever recorded a single lesson. I did not need the whole course built out to prove to myself that I was the right person for that. And I was actually on a call the other day with a new student, and she was like, yeah, me and Alicia were talking about, you just decided one day that you were gonna do this course and you were gonna build it out and this is what it was gonna look like, and you didn't have all the pieces figured out, but you just went out and did it. And we're like, holy crap, you're doing the thing, girl. And so that really, I want that to be an inspiration to you of you don't have to have all the pieces in the right spot yet to figure it out and make it work. And then another example in my business is I did not wait until I felt ready to start coaching. I just started telling people, hey, I'm a coach now. If you'd like a free discovery call, if you'd like a free 30-minute coaching session, I could use a little bit more practice. Here's my link. Book it. And then, hey, if you had a great time today and you feel like I helped you solve this one issue, imagine what we could do on an hour-long call every week. And just saying, I'm a coach now. I don't need to feel ready. I don't need to, go through all those certifications or give out a certain number of free calls before I am ready. And I was like, no, I'm ready. I have all these great ideas. And the only way I'm going to get better as a coach is by doing it, is by practicing it. And the only way people are going to show up is if they have a little bit of grit in the game and they're paying me for it. So it is so easy in this online digital space to consume, but it's so much harder to implement. And our brain has so much resistance to implementation. So I want you to really acknowledge that and start moving out of the consumerism and into the implementation, into action, really. And okay, a couple of reasons why you might want to do the dang thing. I bet that you have goals, things that you want to accomplish, things that you want to do, things that you haven't done yet that you want to do. But maybe life has been busy. Maybe it's beat you down a little bit. Maybe you've put something off that you know you want to do, but you're like, now's not the right time. Or maybe you're scared of taking the first step. Our brains are actually designed to keep us from doing risky things, so this makes sense. Anything new is going to feel risky to our brains. So just acknowledging, hey, my brain is telling me I won't be able to do this because it's scared of something new. You, like I said before, you're never going to build confidence sitting on the sidelines. You are never going to feel more confident by consuming more things. You're only going to feel less confident. So consume less, implement more, and your confidence is going to soar. if you know that your dreams can't wait any longer, now is the time to implement. And I just want to let you know that you are the right person. This is the best time that it'll ever be, and today is the day, and it's just time to go after it. So, a couple of strategies for you to take from today's episode and go out and implement with. So, a couple of strategies for doing the dang thing. You're never going to feel ready. The conditions are never going to be perfect, but do it anyways. And there's really a mindset shift that you need to embrace. It is, I don't know how, and taking that, oh, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to start a podcast. I don't know how to make a reel. I don't know how to market myself as an expert in this field. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to make a podcast. What's the first step? Let me go Google it. I don't know how to make a podcast, or I don't know how to make a reel, but I'm going to figure it out. And going in Google, how do I make a reel? Or opening the Instagram app and start playing around with the Reels feature until you figure it out. Another way to really get down and do the thing, and doing it scared, is saying it out loud and having that accountability. So I love my weekly coaching sessions with my coach for this, because if I say something out loud to her, the next week she's going to be like, so how'd that go? And so I have that built-in accountability ready to go. We also do this in my group coaching program. So most of the time it's not me asking a student about their goals, but the other students asking their friends inside the group, like, how to go? Did you do it? Did you do the dang thing? They're keeping each other accountable. And it's amazing to watch the friendships blossom outside of the group program, like on Instagram, and I see them all commenting on different things inside Facebook and things. And it's just so fun to watch their relationship blossom and watch that support group really build each other up, which I think is fabulous. So if you don't have an accountability partner, find an accountability partner and say your goal out to them out loud. I've also, even in a pinch, posted a big goal to my stories, and I ask my followers to keep me accountable. Now, most of the time they're not going to be like, hey, Chrissy, did you do that thing? But it's going to be me giving them status updates. And, when you do accomplish it, they're like, oh, good, I was watching that. So if you need that one-on-one accountability, find your accountability partner. But if you're like, hey, if I say it out loud, I'm going to do it, say it out loud in your story. Say it out loud on your feed. And let people hold you accountable to it. And when we do any of this, I want it to be really small and manageable steps towards these goals. Like, don't just say, okay, I'm going to get 100 new followers in the next 2 hours. Okay, that's probably not reasonable. I want you to take small, manageable steps. I'm going to start posting reels more consistently. I'm going to post 2 reels a week in order to work towards my goal of building my audience by 100 people. Okay? And then let's talk about taking action today. So, one thing about me as a coach and as a person is that I spring into action, and I want you to get in the habit of doing the same. The quicker that you do something, the less likely you are to talk yourself out of it. So, right now, right here, right now, get your notes app out on your phone, get a piece of paper out, a sticky note, wherever it is that you're going to see this. And I want you to write down one thing that you can feel in your gut that you want to do. Don't think too hard about it. There's one thing that you really want to do. You've been putting it off, but you know that you want to do it. Write it down. Then underneath that, I want you to write the first step that you would need to make that happen. So for me, it was start a podcast. So I'm going to write down start a podcast. And then underneath that, Google how to start a podcast. Or you can break it down even more. Open Google Chrome. That's the first step. That feels so manageable. Opening Google Chrome. That's all I need to do. That's the first step. And then tell one person about this thing that you want to do and the first step that you're going to take. So I told my accountability partner, I want to start a podcast. And so next week, I am going to go Google how to start a podcast and, create a Spotify account. And I would love to see you do the dang thing. So whatever your thing is, please post about it and tag me if you want to. Use the hashtag do the dang thing. And even if you pick up this podcast a year from now and you're like, oh, Chrissy's not doing that anymore. No, just do it and tag me. I would love to cheer you on. So post about what you're doing. Use the hashtag do the dang thing. You can do this in stories. You can do it on your feed and tag me so I can cheer you on for doing the dang thing. And I would love to know what that thing is. So please DM me and let me know what that dang thing is. So, all right, wrapping this all up. Don't wait for the stars to align. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the first of the month. Don't wait for the first of the year. You are capable of going out and doing the dang thing today. And now is the time to make progress on your goals, progress on your dreams. Go out and do the dang thing today. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Do the Dang Thing podcast with Chrissi Sperduto. If you know someone that could benefit from today's chat, please send this episode their way. Also, I love to see what you're doing while you listen. Share what you're up to while you listen to today's episode and tag me in your stories at Chrissi Sperduto for a shout out. Plus, while you're there, hit follow for even more tips, behind the scene views of what I do in my business, and plenty of encouragement for you along your business journey. If you'd like to explore more resources and learn how we can work together through one of my online programs or through one-on-one coaching, head to chrissisperduto.com. Please always remember that you are not alone on this adventure. I am always rooting for you. Until next time, keep doing the dang thing. Bye!